So, hello everyone. Today we'll be seeing what is an FIR. So, first of all, let's see the full form of FIR. So, FIR's full form is First Information Report. So, now let's see what is FIR. So, it is an information which you are giving to the police officer because there has occurred some offense. And you can see that FIR is called first report because it reaches the police first. So now let's see some fact about FIR. So you can see FIR is a document that is prepared by the police when there has occurred some offense and the victim goes and tells the police about that. And you can see that FIR is logged by the police when the victim, or you can say on the behalf of victim, the person goes and tell the police. And you can see that that you can report about the offense to the police either orally or written. So now let's see what happens when you have filed an FIR. So you can see there are two circumstances. So you can see if there has occurred some crime, then you have two choices. Either you can go to the police or you can go to the magistrate court. So if in the first case you are going to the police, then there are two situations. Either the case is serious or it is not serious. Then you can see if the case is serious, then the police officer will file an FIR and then the investigation will take place. So you can see if the case is not serious, then the police officer will go and tell the magistrate about it, and the magistrate will take care of the case and will guide the police officer to investigate of that case. And you can see if you go further another case, that is if you are directly going to the magistrate. So in that case, the magistrate will first see if the complaint is cognizable or non-cognizable. So you can see cognizable are those cases which are serious in offense and non-cognizable are those cases which are less serious. So you can see if the case is cognizable, then the magistrate will tell the police to file an FIR. If the case is non-cognizable, then the police will have to investigate the case. So then you can see that after the investigation has taken place, the police has to give the report to the magistrate. So now let's see what are the Supreme Court guidance for an FIR registration. So you can see if you go to the police officer and tell about the offense, then the police officer has to register an FIR. And the second is preliminary inquiry. So if the information does not clearly indicate a cognizable offense but suggests the need for further investigation, a preliminary inquiry has to be conducted. So this is to determine whether a cognizable offense is involved or not. And the next is outcome of inquiry. So you can see what happens in this case is that if the preliminary inquiry finds that a cognizable offense has occurred, then an FIR has to be registered. If the inquiry is leading to the closing of the case, then the informant has to receive a copy of the decision within 1 week. Another point is what is the duty of police officer. So you can see that police officer has to file an FIR when a case is cognizable offense. And if the person does not file the case, then that person has to face some action. So now let's see what is the scope of preliminary inquiry. So the purpose of preliminary inquiry is to verify if the information discloses a cognizable offense and not to determine its truthfulness. And the next is what is the type of inquiry. So you can see preliminary inquiries may be appropriate in cases such as matrimonial disputes, commercial crimes, medical negligence, corruption, or significant delays in reporting. This list is not illustrated but exhaustive. The next step is time frame. So you can see that preliminary inquiry has to be completed within the 7 days, and if there is any delay, then it must be recorded in the general diary. Now you might be wondering what is general diary. So you can see general diary includes all information about cognizable offences, whether resulting in an FIR or leading to an inquiry, must be meticulously documented in the general diary. So now let's see what happens if the police officer refuses to register an FIR. If the police officer refuses to register an FIR, then you can go and tell the superintendent of the police or DSP. And if in case they also refuses, then you can directly go to the magistrate. So now let's see what is zero FIR and EFIR. So first of all, let's see what is zero FIR. So in this case, what happens is that if the crime has taken in a place, let's say A, and you are currently living in place B. So you can go and register the case where you are living, and the police officer has to pass the report to the place where the actual offense has taken place, and through that the police officer will start the investigation. And so now let's see what is EFIR. So you can file a FIR through digitally. So you can see there are some official website, or you can say through police website or EFIR portal. You can file an case. Hope so the video was helpful. Thank you so much.